On July 6, we played golf at Fansha Golf Course. Mark taught some students how to golf. Yusuf hit the ball. Muhammad hit a good shot. The students were on the green putting the ball. Ahmad was not on the green. He hit the ball on the green. Na'mat was happy. She hit a good shot. Na'mat and Samia were happy. The ball went in the hole. Ahmad putted on the green. Shirley took a shot. Makia watched her. Mark showed everyone how to hit the ball. The ball is near the hole. It is a good shot. Yusuf wasn't on the green, but he putted the ball. Ahmad hit the ball close to the hole. What a good shot! Samia hit the ball on the green. Bassam put the ball in the hole. Congratulations, Makia. You put the ball in the hole. Butul, Muhammad and Yusuf were happy. They love golf. This was the winning team. They are Muhammad, John, Yusuf and Butul. They shot a series. They won by one stroke. This was Mark's team. Muhammad, Ahmad, Mark, Na'mat and Samia. They shot a series one stroke behind the winning team. This was Linda's team. Linda, Yusuf, Bassam, Makia and Shirley. They also shot a series 1. Everybody enjoyed golf. It was a great day.
On July 11th, we visited Elden House. We started in the large living room. Our guide talked to us about the Harris family. For heat, they had a fireplace. For entertainment, they had a music box. Riyadh took notes of the tour. John Harris hunted these animals. We were surprised by this great heritage. We then went to the kitchen. It has an old fridge. It also has an old stove. In the kitchen were many bales. Each bale is for a different room in the house. When the servants hear the bell, they go to that room. The dining room has a large table. Some of the dishes were made in China. I like the master bedroom. This is the bathroom. This is the children's playroom. We then went outside. Some visited the gardens to look at the flowers. Most played croquet. Everyone enjoyed this game. It was a hot day, so Jihan and I sat on a bench. The rest of the class joined us for a photo.
On July 13th, we went to Fansha Pioneer Village. Our guide was waiting for us when we got off the bus. Ahmad said hello to our guide. Nimat was surprised to see a snail. This is the first house of a family from Europe would have when they came to Canada. There is only one room in this house. Beside the house is the garden. We visited a small school for about 10 children of all ages. Our guide showed us a horse show. Shirley took some time to solve a puzzle made of metal. Ahmad stood in the pulpit of a church. We visited an inn. An inn is a small hotel where travelers could stay overnight. Inside the inn, you could eat or play a game of checkers. Ahmad must have done something wrong. He is in the stock. Many of the farmers had pigs. Inside the homes, women made quilt from crab glass. Farmers also raised geese for their feathers and to eat. We went to a one-room school. About 40 children of all ages would attend this school. The girls sat on one side of the room, the boys on the other. Our guide taught us a lesson. We took a photo of the class outside in front of an old tractor. We visited a church. After, we went to the square to play games. Yusuf is tossing a ring to a friend. Mani also played beanbag toss. Many women took a break in the shade at a picnic table. We then left the village by the dirt road.
We went to the London Public Library on July 18th. The librarian met us at the door and told us about the library. She showed us where we could borrow CDs and DVDs. Makia met an old friend, a frog. Here are all of the magazines you can borrow. We went to a meeting room to learn about all the programs at the library. We listened to what she had to say. Muhammad and Batul chose some books to borrow. There are useful things for ESL at the library. Namat and Batul had questions for the librarian. While we were there, Namat met an old friend, Cecilia.
On July 20th, we visited Skanado village. Our guide met us outside. We went to a cabin where she told us about the history of indigenous people. After, we walked to the village. There is a wall around the village with a narrow entry. This was to protect the people inside. The indigenous people in our area lived in long houses. Many people from the same clan shared the long houses. Ahmad is showing a fox skin. There were also antlers of moose and deer. Here is a head of a moose. Ahmad put a skin of an animal on his head. He looks funny. Bassam showed how they made fire. Muhammad and Ahmad liked this turkey. Here is a model of the village we visited.
Batsy visited us on July 25th to teach about indigenous art. She told us about the first people in Canada. Then she taught us how to make some things. Suad and Fida cut some leathers. The men put beads on Medicine wheel. Namat and Murad made dream kitchers. Imad made a ceremonial feathers. Teresa and Betul also made dream kitchers. Yusuf made a prayer wheel. Makia and Jihan made dream kitchers too. Here is Jihan's finished dream kitchers. Betul and Fatima had their picture taken with Batsy. Ahmad took a picture with John and Betsy to remember this day.
On July 27, we had a field trip to the Cavern Garden Market. James gave us the instructions for our scavenger hunt. Ahmed counted 43 different types of coffee. Ahmed likes coffee very much. Liman looked at the plants, but to help Liman answer the question about the price of vegetables. Yusuf was hungry. Ahmed bought some lunch. Everyone looked at the expensive wood carving. It cost about $10,000. There were fresh raspberry and blueberries at the market. There was also French bread. Fatima and Mohammed bought 1 dozen ears of corn. After Fatima and Batu bought shawarmas, they were delicious. Finally, everyone went home.
On August 1st, we went to the fire station. Only 5 students showed up at the fire station. Yusuf wanted to learn about being a firefighter. Jihan wanted to drive the fire truck. The firefighter put on an air tank. Makia held a heavy axe. Yusuf carried the long hose. Shirley, Makia, and Yusuf were inside one of the trucks. Yusuf wore a suit to protect him against chemicals. We took a photo with the firefighter at the end of the fire truck. Unfortunately, the fire truck had to leave and our tour ended soon after. We went home early.
On August 3rd, we studied nature at Fansha Conservation Area. Our guide was Elizabeth. She welcomed us when we got off the bus. Yusuf and Muhammad were happy to meet her. We walked along the path and entered the forest. We saw a beautiful monarch butterfly. There were snails on some of the leaves. Also, there were many kinds of insects. This plant is big in one spot. Why? There is a grub living inside the floor. Here are some small pine cones. There are many spiders in the forest. The trees are very tall. Batul was tired but happy. Then we looked for insects in the water. Ahmed found some. So did Yusuf and Shirley. Then we chased butterflies. This is me, Jihan. Batul and Ahmed also chased them. So did Ahmed. Yusuf alone caught the biggest butterfly, a monarch. After that, it was time to go back to school on the bus.
On August 8th, we visited Fansha College. Greg Arnold met us at the information office and gave us bags. Before our tour, he told us about Fansha College. We visited the college greenhouse. Greg took us around the student accommodation. Ahmed liked the gym. Muhammad had his picture taken with the team logo. The men tried the exercise bicycle. We looked at the plumbing classroom. We also saw the electronic machinery classroom. This is the woodworking classroom. Here are examples of student artwork at the college. On the elevator, John put on Ahmed's hat and sunglasses. He looked cool. After visiting the food preparation lab. We met at the information booth and said goodbye to Greg. On August 10th, we went to the Grand Theater and Budweiser Gardens. First, we went to the Grand Theater. Our guide was Al. He told us about the theater. Muhammad looked at all of the shoes. There were many of them. The women put on makeup in the makeup room. Muhammad practiced acting in front of the mirror. Al showed us a model of the stage. This is the props department. They make many things for the plays, including this dragon. We then went to the costume department. The woman there showed us a design for a dress. Here is the dress. Nemat asked about the jacket on the wall. We also went to the accessories room. Muhammad put on a hat. Makia wore a funny hat. We went in the balcony and looked at the stage. On the left is the VIP setting. It is expensive. We had our picture taken in the balcony. Al explained the history of the theater and said goodbye.
We then went to Budweiser Gardens. A guide explained all the events that are in the building. Muhammad asked about ticket. This is Muhammad in front of the hockey rink. We visited the VIP lounge. After the tour, Yusuf and Jihan had some juice at McDonald's. On August 15th, Pillar Non-Profit Network came to talk with us. Susanna works at Pillar. She told us that being a volunteer is a good thing to improve our English and learn about Canada. She explained how we can be volunteers. We enjoyed her presentation.